She told me a while back, actually, that she was putting me in a song, so I've kind of been waiting for it. I know it takes a while to, like, make music and, like, get everything into production.
Steals. And she'll take the first three-pointer. Knee injury.
And that's the way to push the ball.
When Caitlin Clark sits, everything changes, and not in a good way for the WNBA. From packed arenas to viral highlights, her presence isn't just valuable, it's vital. But now that she's sidelined or benched, fans, media, and even her critics are finding out just how much she truly means to the league. Ticket sales dip, viewership softens, and the buzz, it fades. Caitlin didn't just bring fans, she brought energy, visibility, and respect. So what happens when the star everyone came to see isn't on the court? Let's break it down. And it's not pretty. The Caitlin Clark effect, a game changer for the WNBA. Caitlin Clark came into the WNBA like a lightning strike. Her arrival didn't just make waves, it flipped the entire league on its head. Suddenly, packed arenas, spiking jersey sales, and primetime media coverage became the new norm. Every time Caitlin steps on the hardwood, ticket sales explode, lines wrap around blocks, and fans pour in wearing number 22. She's not just a player, she's an entire movement. The WNBA, for the first time in decades, has a mainstream buzz that even casual sports fans can't ignore. We're talking celebrity tweets, full arena chants, sold-out games on weekday nights. And here's the wild part. Most of this is happening when Caitlin's team isn't even winning every game. That's the kind of magnetic pull she has. She's a walking storyline, a brand in motion, and her crossover from college to pro has proven that the appetite for women's basketball isn't just real, it's massive. Fans aren't showing up to support women's sports. They're showing up for her, and now she's rewriting the blueprint for what a WNBA superstar can be. But the real question the league is facing now is, what happens when the engine of that excitement is suddenly sidelined? Well, buckle up, because that's exactly where this story takes a turn. The impact of Clark's absence. A wake-up call for the league. When news broke that Caitlin Clark was out with an injury, it sent a shockwave through the league. Fans, teams, and execs all felt it instantly. Ticket prices that were through the roof, they tanked. Arena buzz flatlined. Games that were supposed to be must-see matchups turned into half-empty venues with minimal energy. You could literally see the Caitlin-shaped hole left in the heart of the WNBA. And while it's easy to chalk it up to just one player being out, the reality is much deeper. Her absence didn't just take a star off the court, it exposed the league's over-reliance on one singular draw. This isn't about just filling seats, it's about filling headlines, feeding TV ratings, selling merch, and sustaining momentum. Without Clark, it became crystal clear that much of the recent surge was riding solely on her back. That's not fair to the other incredible athletes in the league, but it's the reality the WNBA now has to reckon with. If one injury can shake the whole house, was it really built to last? Clark sitting out even a few games has forced a conversation the league can no longer avoid. How do you future-proof a sport that's having a moment, but may not have a backup plan? The economic ripple effect. Clark's financial impact. Let's talk dollars. Because Caitlin Clark isn't just balling on the court, she's boosting bank accounts across the board. From merch to media rights to concession stands, Caitlin's influence has been straight-up game-changing for the WNBA's bottom line. Her rookie season triggered a financial boom few expected this fast. Teams that hosted her saw double, sometimes triple, their usual revenue. Her name sells tickets like Beyoncé sells out stadiums. Jerseys with Clark stitched across the back flew off shelves the minute they dropped. Even brands that hadn't paid attention to the WNBA are suddenly cutting checks and signing deals. When Clark plays, TV ratings jump off the charts. When she doesn't, they dip. She's not just a rookie, she's an economic engine. Her presence made everyone from networks to arena vendors sit up and say, "Oh, this is real money." The WNBA has long struggled to monetize its product at scale. Caitlin changed that practically overnight. But here's the catch. What happens when the person fueling that boom is benched? Can you build long-term revenue streams off one player's shoulders? Or does the league need to spread the wealth and invest in making more stars just as magnetic? Because as the league's revenue now rises and falls with Clark's health, the stakes are higher than ever. The leadership evolution, Clark's growth on and off the court. Caitlin Clark didn't just come to the WNBA to score buckets, she came to take over, and she's quickly learning that being a generational talent means more than just lighting up the scoreboard. It's about owning the locker room, setting the tone, and becoming a vocal force in a league that needs leaders as much as scorers. Early on, it was clear Caitlin was adjusting. Gone are the days of college stardom where everything revolves around you. In the pros, it's about adapting, gelling with veterans, and proving your value beyond stat sheets. And to her credit, Clark's embraced that challenge. She's not just asking how she can be better with the ball, she's asking how she can be better for her team. You can see it in timeouts, in huddles, even in post-game interviews. She's owning responsibility, she's calling plays, she's becoming that voice, and fans are watching that evolution in real time. She's not just the face of the league, she's stepping into being its backbone. Leadership in the WNBA isn't handed out, it's earned through grit, accountability, and showing up day after day. Clark's learning that fast, and if this growth continues, she won't just be a star, she'll be standard other players are measured against. The WNBA's broader growth, capitalizing on momentum. The WNBA is in its glow-up era, and Caitlin Clark lit the match, but let's be real, the league is showing it can do more than just ride one wave. We're talking expansion plans, sold-out arenas, and primetime TV spots that once felt like a dream. In the past, WNBA games were tucked away on hard-to-find channels and forgotten time slots. Now, we're seeing double-headers on ESPN, celebrity-packed courtsides, and real conversations about future team additions. It's not just hype, it's actual traction. The WNBA is tapping into a moment that feels bigger than basketball, and with teams like the Golden State Valkyries entering the fold, the league's aiming to spread that fire coast to coast. The infrastructure is growing, the audience is growing, and finally, sponsors are growing with it. But here's the key, this can't just be a flashpoint around Clark. The league needs to push that momentum into other markets, other matchups, other players. Otherwise, all this heat dies the second the headline star goes cold. So, while Clark jump-started a movement, the WNBA's real win will come from turning that spark into a sustainable burn. That means bigger games, bolder media presence, and a fan base that sticks around for more than just the top rookie. The importance of diversifying star power. If the WNBA is going to keep this train rolling, it needs more engines. Caitlin Clark can't be the only face on every billboard, in every commercial, or anchoring every storyline. Luckily, the league is stacked with talent. It just needs to spotlight it. Enter Angel Reese, a force of nature with the charisma to match her hustle. Cameron Brink, another rookie already showing flashes of greatness. Players like Kelsey Plum, Ajar Wilson, and Sabrina Ionescu have been putting in work for years. Now's the time to elevate them, not as backups to Clark, but as stars in their own right. The beauty of the NBA isn't just LeBron, it's that Steph, Giannis, and Luka all exist too. The WNBA has that potential, but the marketing's gotta match the talent. We need signature shoes, viral moments, and storylines that pull people in beyond one player. It's not just good business, it's survival. The Caitlin Clark effect can't be a one-woman show. The future depends on building a deep roster of household names. Fans should be just as excited for a Sky Versus. Aces match up without Clark as they are with her. That's the difference between a moment and a movement. And the WNBA is on the cusp. Now it just needs to pull more stars into orbit. The role of media and marketing in sustaining growth. Let's be honest, what we watch, love, and obsess over is shaped by how it's sold to us, and the WNBA is finally starting to get this. For years, amazing players were tucked behind bad camera angles and grainy live streams. Now, we're seeing glossy promos, bold storytelling, and real media push. But if the league wants this momentum to stick, it has to double down. Caitlin Clark gave the WNBA a spotlight, now they need to shine it on everybody. Tell us the stories. Who are these players? What do they care about? What battles have they fought just to be here? Turn the season into a drama, a journey, a reality show with sneakers. That's how you build investment. Marketing isn't fluff, it's oxygen for leagues trying to grow. And when you pair great content with accessibility, like putting games on major platforms, not buried behind paywalls, you keep casual fans coming back. Social media clips, behind-the-scenes mic'd-up moments, and compelling rivalries, that's the new playbook. And while Caitlin makes a killer headline, the league can't just run that same show every week. They've got the talent, they've got the momentum. Now it's about smart, bold media moves that turn a season into a saga and the WNBA into a staple. Looking ahead, building a sustainable future. Here's the truth. Caitlin Clark isn't going to save the WNBA. She lit the fire, no doubt, but saving it? That takes a whole team effort. Her recent absence was the ultimate stress test, and the cracks showed. Now's the time for the league to ask the tough questions. How do we invest in long-term growth? How do we turn hype into legacy? For starters, player development needs to be top tier. That means elite training, real support systems, and financial backing that helps these athletes thrive. Next, expand the footprint. More teams, more cities, more youth leagues feeding into pro pipelines. And let's not forget community engagement. When you build ties with fans beyond the arena, you're building loyalty that lasts generations. The blueprint is there. It's the same one the NBA followed decades ago. The difference now is the WNBA has a shot to do it faster because the product is already good. Clark won't always be the new kid. She'll blend into a field of rising stars, and that's a good thing, because the league doesn't need one hero, it needs an army of them. And if the WNBA plays this right, Clark's absence won't be a step back, it'll be the moment they realised how far they still can go. Caitlin Clark's absence is proving a powerful point. She's the engine powering the WNBA's current surge. Her charisma, skill and star power aren't replaceable, and when she's out, the silence is deafening. The league's future is brighter with her in it, not on the bench. Fans came for Caitlin, and they're not quiet about it. The WNBA has an opportunity, but only if it embraces her impact fully. If they don't, they'll keep finding out the hard way. Hit like, drop your take in the comments, and subscribe, because Caitlin Clark isn't just the moment, she's the movement.